Have you ever felt that suddenly, just out of nowhere, a strange buzzing, an unexpected blockage, or a really sharp pain? It's a genuinely terrifying feeling having a foreign object trapped inside your ear. When this happens, panic is absolutely your worst enemy. What you need instead is a calm, highly structured plan of action.
Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're bringing some much-needed order to the total chaos of ear emergencies. I'm going to guide you through a highly structured triage action plan that will equip you with exactly what you need to know to tackle this incredibly stressful situation safely and effectively. Okay, let's dive right into our game plan. We'll be looking at assessing the situation, extracting rigid objects, handling live insects, the absolute first aid don'ts, and finally, exactly when you need to seek medical care.
All right, kicking things off with step 1, assessing the situation. Ask yourself, is it a rigid object, like a toy, or is it a living insect? You absolutely must identify what you're dealing with right out of the gate because, as you can probably guess, pulling out a piece of plastic requires a completely different approach than dealing with a live bug.
Let's move right into Section 2, Extracting Rigid Objects. Okay, here is what I like to call the tweezer rule. When panic sets in, your first thought is probably to sprint to the bathroom cabinet and grab the tweezers. But hold on, tweezers are incredibly restricted tools in this scenario. You should only ever use them if you can clearly see the object and it's sitting right there near the entrance of the ear canal. If it checks both those boxes, go ahead, proceed gently. If not, put the tweezers down immediately. Seriously.
Moving on to Section 3, handling live insects. Yeah, it's a bit unsettling.
If a live bug is trapped in there, your immediate goal is to suffocate it. So here are your clear, actionable steps. Step 1, just tilt the person's head so the affected ear is facing up. Step 2, carefully drop in a little lukewarm mineral oil, baby oil, or olive oil. And step 3, just wait. This oil barrier essentially suffocates the insect, making it either float right out on its own or at least making it safe to flush out later.
But wait, there is a vital safety check you cannot skip here. Before you pour a single drop of oil into an ear canal, you must always check the temperature of the oil on your wrist first. The medical logic behind this temperature check is actually fascinating. If that oil is too hot or too cold, it directly hits the eardrum. And that sudden extreme temperature shift, it can literally trigger severe vertigo. You'll make the whole room spin violently for the person you're trying to help. Keeping it comfortably lukewarm is the absolute rule.
All right, shifting gears to Section 4, First Aid Absolute Don'ts. Listen, when there's something stuck in an ear, almost everyone's gut instinct is to grab a cotton swab. We need to firmly debunk that instinct right now. Your absolute don'ts include no Q-tips, no swab sticks, and absolutely no blind tweezing into the ear canal. Let me be super clear about the consequences here. Blindly poking around with any of those items almost always just shoves the trapped object even deeper. And worse, that kind of blind digging is exactly how eardrums get permanently ruptured. It is just not worth the risk, guys.
Which brings us to our final part, Section 5, When to Seek Medical Care.
You really need to watch for specific red flags because these symptoms map directly to severe underlying dangers. If you're seeing bleeding or fluid draining from the ear, that tells you the object is causing active internal damage. If the person experiences sudden hearing loss or tinnitus, that high-pitched ringing, it's a massive sign the object has already damaged the eardrum. In these specific cases, skip the home remedies entirely and seek medical care immediately.
Then we have what I like to call ticking time bombs, high-danger items like button batteries and magnets. If you even vaguely suspect the object is a button battery or a magnet, you need professional attention right away. Why? Because those tiny batteries actually generate an electrical current the second they touch your body fluids. 2. That is the number of hours, just 2 hours, it takes for a button battery to burn a severe chemical hole inside the ear canal. There is no wait and see here. You've got to get to a hospital fast. Our final category of emergency involves deep, penetrating objects. If something has forcefully punctured deep into the ear, stop everything. Zero home first aid. Abandon all the steps we mentioned earlier. This requires immediate professional hospital care. So, instead of poking or pouring liquids, follow these final triage steps for penetrating injuries. Step 1. Cleverly tape a disposable plastic cup right over the ear. This totally protects it from accidental bumps on the way. Step 2, if there's bleeding, have the person tilt their head forward toward the injured side to let the fluid drain out properly. And Step 3,
Head straight to the hospital. Let the pros handle the delicate extraction.
So that wraps up our structured triage plan. But it leaves us with one really critical question. If disaster struck right now, could you stay calm and nail these exact steps? Knowing the difference between safely pulling out a plastic bead, calmly suffocating an insect, and rushing a chemical battery to the ER is a total game changer. It's the difference between a minor scare and permanent damage. Keep this plan in your back pocket, stay focused, and you'll be completely ready for whatever ear emergency comes your way. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer.